am your host, Austin David Coffey from Strawberry Hill Studio. Strawberry Hill Studio, for those of you who don't know, is located in the San Francisco Bay Area, just north of that Golden Gate Bridge in Marin County, California. And through our online platform, Samurai as a Sound, we provide voice actors with all of the tools that you need to be successful in your career. So that's training, community, access to the teachings from all the top names in games and anime, and so on and so forth. And we'll be talking a little bit about some of the events that we have going on and coming up. So some of the events that we currently that we actually just had last weekend. We'll do a little recap and talk about what's next for the community. Let me just make sure we're live on all our channels here. Okay, so far so good. All right, and let me paste the Zoom chat the Zoom link into the chat here. Join us live here. Okay. So I'm just gonna show our browser here for a minute while people are joining. So like I said, this is a little bit about who we are. You can meet the voices behind iconic characters, such as Kara Buckland, Richard Epcar, Morgan Berry, and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. We have a workshop vault of all the workshops we've ever recorded, private trainings, workshop discounts, exclusive events. This is that Samurai Sound Community Hub, and more. Here are some of our voice acting members of our community here. This is great. The visionary behind Strawberry Hill. At the heart of Strawberry Hill Studio stands Raj, a passionate dreamer and industry stalwart. All right, let's go back to Zoom here. Hi, Jaime. How's it going?
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Well, hear me first. Let me get to my camera.
Oh.
There.
Wow, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jamie Hill. I'm a voice actor up in Canada.
Okay, great. The founder of our studio is from Saskatchewan, Roger Maya.
Well, I'm right next door in Alberta, so we're in similar spaces.
Wonderful.
Windy yet cold.
Yep. So how did you hear about us?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And have you been into voice acting for a long time?
Well, let's just say I made voices a lot when I was a kid, so I just continued on to do it. And I started probably, right before COVID, looking into how to do voiceover. And then when COVID happened, I found a lot more resources, and I found Clubhouse.
Okay.
Which is the app, and Facebook and other social media, and then found work and networked that way.
Oh, wow.
And met people. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, I've never actually used Clubhouse before.
Clubhouse has been great because you meet people through just talking. So I didn't really talk much about myself other than I made voices.
That's all they need to know.
That's all they knew. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun just being on Clubhouse and making voices and meeting people and doing like weekly groups and it was a lot of fun, helping each other move forward in voiceover.
Right. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Mm.
Well, thanks for joining our weekly group. We're a little early. We usually start at 5:30, but I figured I would just turn the meeting on and see if I could get some early comers, and I did. So thank you.
Oops, you're welcome. Yeah, I'd seen the room before. I just hadn't been able to pop up here. So
Have you explored much of like our website or anything?
a bit just with my phone. I don't have my desktop set up, but we want to build something better actually, but we haven't yet. So I just have my laptop
for your home studio, you mean?
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
Well, my husband wants something that's going to run properly, and I also want to make sure that I can edit videos and play. I like The Sims. I still like The Sims, so I'd like to be able to have something that will run programs well and have good sound and video.
Sure.
So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Great game, The Sims. Do you have like a recording booth that you typically use?
I built in my old house. I had a spot, but I've moved. We sold that house, so I don't have anything. I'm lucky. In Alberta, we have libraries that have booths you can rent.
That's amazing.
So you can, it's got Source Connect right in it. It's got everything you need, all these couple different programs, and it's quite handy.
That is really.
So if
amazing.
I need to, I can go there instead of a friend's.
Wow.
Otherwise, then you're looking for a friend, who isn't too busy that could squeeze you in to get it done.
Wow, that's amazing. Comes with Source Connect and everything. So do you use like Audacity for your DAW?
Yeah, Audacity is on there. It's been hard to learn, just because that was the only thing I had. But learning curves are always possible.
Yeah. We offer trainings in Audacity. I give live trainings in Audacity that are geared specifically towards like recording for your voice acting demo reel, but you can also apply the training towards, doing auditions and stuff.
That's good. That's very handy because that's right where I am. I've got stuff on YouTube and different movies and clips, and now I just got to learn how to put stuff together and send it off to a friend that can finish putting it together.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a big circle.
Yeah.
Well,
that's cool.
It's all good. I like kids cartoons and Disney. I'm an empty nester now, so I had to figure out what to do once the kids moved out. So I ended up going into the voiceover and trying to figure out how to do like Disney. I always wanted to be a Disney cartoon. So I really looked into animation, and that's why I like the whole animation computers. Even making my own would be fun, because I used to make flip books.
Oh, wow.
I'm aging myself, but yeah, I'm used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge Disney fan as well. It's funny you mentioned that. Your voice reminds me a lot of
Sarah Silverman.
Yes, from Wreck-It Ralph, her character in Wreck-It Ralph.
Like Penelope from Wreck-It Ralph, because she says, "Hey, mister, what you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know, just swinging from some red and white stripes. Yeah. She's
so
my
favorite. A
lot,
then. Okay, perfect.
It's just my favorite. I would love to find someone to build me her pink princess dress so I could go to Comic-Cons.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Because I would.
There are a surprising amount of cosplayers in our community that often hop onto these calls. So you definitely have something to talk about.
There's a lot in Alberta. Yeah. Well, and then right now everybody's in Ontario, but yeah, there's a lot of different cons going on, and I would love to travel. I've been planning on traveling and doing those. So Penelope would be my most favorite.
That's amazing. Yeah, and you could definitely like put that kind of style voice on your demo reel for sure.
Yes. Oh yeah. I have we also did the Wizard of Oz. It's called Table Read Tuesdays, and we're on YouTube.
Okay.
And most of those people are also in Alberta and Canadian, and we do stories. And the group chose like Wreck-It Ralph, so I could do it. And yeah, and then I went out and found my friend that did Ralph, and we all got together. It's on there. It's wonderful.
Oh my
We had a
gosh.
blast.
I'm looking it up.
We had a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Wizard of Oz. They've done many, many, many more.
Mm-hmm.
But then I haven't been able to be on there because I moved and I don't have a home booth anymore. But that's what they do is they read scripts,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the scripts are just so much fun. But yeah, we did Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to get practice. Is just reading scripts with people. And I used to read stories like to my kids and to other kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the voices came from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do all kinds of ongoing practice like that. Like we have a members server where you can do like everyone reads every month. We do it's called a monthly monologue challenge. Everyone, it's an original monologue. Everyone reads the same one, and then you can kind of compare notes with people and get some feedback from us as well.
Oh yeah, how everybody puts their indentations into there and
Mm-hmm.
spaces, and that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
to
it's a lot
see
of
actually
fun.
who actually pays attention to those things more than others. Yeah, that's neat. That is neat. That is very, yeah. Sorry, my cat. She's just like, Mom, you sat down. I'm gonna sit with
I'm
you.
gonna sit right here with you.
Right.
And if you're into like improvisation and kind of zany role playing, we do a live role play workout every month.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we do that in Edmonton. We have uh, murder mysteries, and so they're live, and like there's gonna be one on the 30th, and we just dress up and off we go for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
usually like a dinner. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, improv is a lot of fun. It takes practice
Mm-hmm.
and comfort. It's like once
Definitely.
you find that
Mm-hmm.
comfortable space and where you're not judging yourself all the time in your head and
Mm-hmm.
not thinking about what's going on right now, where you can be in your own person yet, and then you can actually hang out and chit chat with people, and then the improv just falls into place like what we see on TV and what we grew up with. Well, what I grew up with, um, there's a few shows and comedians and um, that I really looked up to with. Just, I think she's jealous. But definitely, just rewatching shows and practicing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how I learned how to do that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know I sounded like Sarah Silverman. My kid told me that.
Your kid?
Yeah, my daughter told me that her friends at school said, Your mom sounds like Penelope.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So my kid came home and I was like, Oh. So I looked it up and I'm like, Oh my God. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow. Okay, I do. I
Mm-hmm.
really do. And that was a while ago. So I've had some years practice.
That's great.
It's been
Do you have a demo reel?
I have a website that I've made
Okay.
and also my YouTube and my Vimeos. But my full not no demo reel because I kept everything in little separate links and everything for now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I was putting it on my Facebook and my Facebook should have my link on there. And gosh, I joined TikTok finally because I do indie film too,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really say a lot about me doing indie film
Mm-hmm.
on Clubhouse, just voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
So things were just um, one-sided for a little while. I did lots of voiceover and like improv stuff and recording, and then now that we can do film again, it's been a lot more fun. But putting the two together and meeting people who are making films that need animation or say somebody's voice in the background on a TV or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's always the best networking, just chatting on these things.
Yeah. If you ever are interested in pulling all those different clips together, or we could do like scripts in the style of Vanellope, and you wanted to put together a demo reel so you could start, doing a lot of auditions on the online platforms. That's one of the services that
I
we
do.
provide.
Well, soon I have well, a big surgery coming up, but then after that I'm going to be really stepping into that, and I've kind of just been waiting for the surgery, so
Yeah.
it is right. It's perfect time, really.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect time. I have I put my toes into everything. I
Mm-hmm.
got to be a PA in indie film, learn stuff,
Mm-hmm.
meet people, learn what everybody does and all these different things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Learn the business, you know, and just still get to learn like film stuff, commercial stuff. Um, then voiceover. I never stopped the voiceover. Voiceover has been around since I was young because I was in choir and I was singing and you know, um, I had a computer when I was young. I was one of the lucky kids that had a grandparent that had a computer
Oh,
playing
fun.
Oregon Trail. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
um, and now I get to sit with a little computer that's like would blow my grandfather's mind, the
Mm-hmm.
size of it now. And basically, well, I could play it on my phone now, the Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
But
it's amazing. Um, yeah, we also do our own original productions as well that our members can voice in.
that'd be fun.
As Andrew knows, and KJ who's joining.
Hi, everybody. I don't mean to be babbling on. I was early. So I came on to meet everybody. I've been watching you guys in like the other shows. So, oh, and here comes the cat again. So if anybody wants to just chit chat about that, I don't mind if you add me. And but I'm up in Canada. I'm on Mountain Time, so I'm not sure where everybody is around here, but I'm usually around. You can answer. I'll answer. Facebook.
How's it going, Andrew? Welcome.
I'm good. I just graduated last Thursday from college.
I remember. How'd it go?
Good job, Andrew.
Well, the ceremony was like
Cats.
2 hours long, of course. We had to
They
look
are.
with this and all that. Like it's like blah blah blah. Hey, this is what we do. Blah blah blah. But the last part was entertaining because it was about like getting our certificates, our diplomas, and all that. So it was very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hours is actually, it is long, but it's not. There are some longer ones.
It's long, certainly, but it's not. It's pretty quick in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, like other ones are like 4 hours, 3 hours,
I think
depending.
my high school graduation was longer.
Yeah. Is it a relief to have it all done? How does it feel?
Freedom. It's like my retirement from college. I'm too old for college.
Congratulations.
I'm like done with college. I get to rest all day. Oh, of course, I have to get a job, of course, and all that. And well, after that, I just met Christina V on Sunday.
Oh, lucky you.
And Expo Philly.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I asked her that, is there any voice acting jobs I can look for? And then she was like, well, if you want to get a voice acting job, you have to get a voice acting agent for that.
Yeah. That's a big part of it. If you go into your member library, you can see some resources related to that to get that process started.
Yeah. Especially because like I do need to work on getting equipment that I need, like the microphone, like a stereo room for voice acting, especially with headphones too as well.
Yeah, and also in your member library, there's a home studio starter pack that you can purchase through Sweetwater Sound, through our partnership with them, and it's a really nice bundle that kind of gets you up and running. So I would definitely recommend investing in that.
And I'm gonna try to talk to Gene about that too as well, if it's possible with DED. But I'm also kind of trying to work on getting a new laptop so that way I can work on making like my own animation series called about Adeline, but like making my like an animated pilot.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and possibly thinking about maybe hiring Christina V to be the voice of Adeline.
Sounds like you got a budget.
Yeah, but like my mom says, like if you wanted to move to LA, you have to get a job first.
Yeah. That's the safest.
So I'm thinking voice acting is like the only option I can think of, but yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely want to get your equipment all set up. Like KJ just got his set up, and it was pretty seamless. He's already got a nice setup going. So, also welcome, KJ.
I was trying to get in. The link was invalid, but I somehow got on it. I
That
sent you a
explains
text,
a
Austin. I don't
lot.
know if you got it.
Yeah, I was waiting
Yeah,
for-
the link in the email, that didn't work.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it wasn't just me. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm getting like 10 emails.
Okay.
I had to use the one that you dropped in the Twitch channel.
Oh,
I was going on YouTube and like, how do I?
oh
Okay.
goodness.
I'll
Okay.
get on Zoom.
Well, I'm gonna send that email out right now.
As Botha says, without conflict, there cannot be success.
That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Did I get the pronunciation right this time, Austin? Botha?
The DH is pronounced the. It's a voiced. It's just a voiced, like this or the.
It's a thorn.
Botha.
Botha. Thank you. I forgot already.
No worries.
Botha.
Yeah,
Got
KJ has been cast in one of our original productions, Echoes of Eternity.
Yeah, I missed that deadline. I'm so miffed.
There will be more. We're
I know. It's just that I put a thing on my calendar for it and I just didn't. I'm a very scatterbrained person. My
No
thoughts go in
worries.
and they.
There's actually
there.
another there's another audition cycle open right now for episode 2.
Oh geez, all right, I'll get on to that as soon as this is over.
Yeah, if you have any questions about that process, I'm happy to answer them.
Will it matter that my studio setup is not fully complete yet?
It kind of that depends. I would go ahead and send me some test audio first, just so we can make sure that it's workable. It does have to be somewhat workable, to be considered for the first
I
edition.
just don't have the Petco annals, the styrofoam set up yet.
Oh, if it's just styrofoam you're missing, then you'll.
Yeah, the
probably be fine.
microphone. I'm using the microphone right now, and as far as I'm aware, this is workable.
All you really need is the microphone and the interface and
Yep.
Audacity.
So as long as the microphone, as long as my brain works properly, geez, as long as what you're hearing is fine, that should be fine then for any audio. Because I'm using the same setup.
Well, prepare yourself
Austin in
for
focus
a
mode.
flood of people.
Open the gates.
Open the gates a little.
Yeah, there's no levels to this hasty approach here.
So what was the link that you sent? Was that like to something else?
I have no idea. I'll
already
have
in-
to figure that out later.
I was just clicking the Zoom link in the email and it said this is invalid. And I was like, what?
If I had to guess, it would probably be a meeting, some event that had already happened.
I'm like, Austin doesn't make mistakes. Come on.
Austin doesn't make mistakes, but when he does, it doesn't happen. Simple as.
Oh my gosh, I have so many emails.
Oh yeah, I got the link you sent me.
I got it too, yeah. Andrew, I'm jealous you got to meet Christina B. She's a great voice actress.
Right. Oh yeah. Because actually, I met her about 4 times. Because Phantom Ophelia was actually my very first convention I attended since April 8th, 2022, 3 years ago. And that's where I first met Christina V. And actually, I actually became friends with her on November 18th, 2023, and we became close friends.
Nice, cool.
And every time she sees me in conventions, she gives me a hug. 2 times. So we're like very close.
That's awesome.
Here comes everyone.
Tell the guards to open up the gates.
I'll mute now, Austin.
Oh, you're okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Hello.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna miss this. I was like such in distraught
Oh no.
when the email said invalid. I was like, okay.
I'm so glad you were able to make it. I'm sorry for the confusion that I've
That was for all
caused.
of us, man. You're good.
Yeah, like I was gonna be in so much distraught. Oh,
I'll just give
Yeah, I
everyone.
was actually just about to drop a message in the Discord chat. I just signed in and I saw the, oh, you can join us here link in the chat, and I'm like, oh, I'll just tell him here.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know. Just answering some questions on our Twitch chat here. I'm gonna give everyone a few more seconds to notice my
Filter in.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Oh, more people. Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Austin David Coffey. I am the production manager for Strawberry Hill Studio and Samurais of Sound. Strawberry Hill Studio is in the San Francisco Bay Area, just north of that Golden Gate Bridge in Marin County, California. And we do lots of things. We do recording for artists and bands and voiceover artists. We do scoring for video games and television and movies. And we do Samurais of Sound, of course, is our online voice acting training platform where you can kickstart your voice acting career. So I am the community manager for that, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about what we have going on, what we're offering, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure we'll get in more to that later. But we were joined very early by the wonderful Jamie Hill, who was sharing some stories about her entry into the voice acting career. So Jamie, if you could just introduce yourself to our community, that would be awesome.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie Hill, and I've been making voices for many years. And after COVID, I figured I'd get more serious into that because I wasn't able to do so much physical work. And well, my mouth never stopped. So let's make it make me money. So that's what I did. And now I've been working hard on networking and social media and getting my stuff online. And well, I came across your guys' group, so I thought I'd come on and say hello. And I'm up in Canada.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you did. Thank you for joining us. And
welcome.
Let's see. You all remember Andrew. Andrew just graduated. So round of applause for Andrew.
I introduce myself.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone. Some of you might know I'm Andrew Seaby. I'm currently a voice actor in training with Strawberry Hill Studios, and the reason why I want to become a voice actor because it started when I first met Christina V at Fantasy Philly way back in April 8th, 2022, and I actually just met her again at the same convention on Sunday, and I just told her about that I'm officially a voice actor in training, and she was very impressed though, because it was all thanks to her that inspired me to become a voice actor just like her. And actually, after next week, I'm going to get my Nintendo Switch 2 in June.
Wonderful. All right. And Andrew Tabay is one of our Black Belt members. So he is training twice monthly with us, and he's going to have his demo reel produced in addition to that. And he has that means you get access to all the workshops we do in a year. Essentially, we do about 8, and you get 8 tickets. Actually, Andrew, you were at Wendy's workshop, weren't you?
Yeah, I actually nailed the performance. I did very well on it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And welcome our Red Belt member KJ Hoyt, who has just been cast in our original production Echoes of Eternity.
Hey, Austin. Yeah, good to be here. Yeah, Austin's been helping me out, trying to learn how to do voice acting. I've always been interested in it. I've been a teacher for a few years, and due to job cuts and stuff, that's going to change. Trying to look for something consistent, but I figure, this is something that I want to do. So I hope I can get more training for that. Austin's been helping me a lot. And yeah, looking forward to recording the lines for both. Did I get the name right that time?
Bodha, yeah.
Both. Got it. Thank you, Austin. All right.
All right. Dan, welcome, Dan.
Hello, my name is Dan. I'm a beginner voice actor. I first heard about this back in, what I want to say, 2023, I think? Maybe 24? I don't 100% remember. Yeah, no, it was 24. I heard it from Raj at the convention Anime Boston, which I'll be going back to this weekend.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raj performed at that one, right? With
Yes, he did.
who was it Akira? Who was he performing with?
Oh,
Was it
jeez.
Akira?
I don't think that's it.
No. Anyway,
I don't 100% remember. I'm terrible with names.
very cool. Very cool. Ben, welcome, Ben. Ben, you are I think you've popped on a couple of times. You're a white belt member, aren't you?
Yep. Hello. I've been to a few classes of. I said I was at Wendy Lee's one last Saturday. I've been to James Pierce's one back last year, I guess, and a few of the others, and it's always been a pleasure. And just figured I'd join one of these, see how it works. So hope you're all doing well.
I'm really glad to hear that you enjoyed Wendy's workshop. What was like your biggest takeaway? And it's still fresh in your mind.
I still have a lot to learn, but the emotion, the timing, all that's pretty important, and especially for anime, if the lip flaps and all that, and I guess it's something you have to keep practicing and make sure you know which voice is right for the situation, which emotion. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff to juggle, I guess, but
that specific skill about matching to the lip flaps is something that it's kind of hard to practice. We are doing a workshop that is tailored specifically towards dubbing, anime dubbing, and that will be taught by Karen Strassman. So if anyone has any questions about that, let me know. That one's coming up in June next month.
I do.
Yes, Marion.
Marlon, actually.
Marlon, sorry.
Yeah. How much will the lesson be?
That one, let me get this pulled up for you. I'll answer your question here. Anime dubbing. Okay, the ticket for the general public is $249.99. And if you are a Samurai as a Sound white belt or red belt member, that is $249.99 times 0.7 is $174.99. So you'll get 30% off with your Samurai Sound membership. And if you're a black belt member, then of course you get in for included in your cost. If you want a link, I can give you a link to register.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions about Karen's workshop?
No, not at the moment.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's see. Austin, welcome, Austin. Thanks for joining us.
Hear me now? All right. Hey guys, sorry I'm in my car. I'm about to go to Planet Fitness over here, so you gotta work out to make those voices because you gotta be able to breathe. If you don't, then. But yeah, I was just really interested in this, and pretty much I'm also just starting out as well as a voice actor. I've always admired voice acting, but I always thought you had to do more than just voice act. You had to go through the artistic fun of it. Like I've always wanted to create my animations too. So I also went to Full Sail University and stuff like that. I learned graphic design, animation. So that's why I'm also now doing this, because I would also love to voice my own acting. So that's why but
very cool. You said you studied animation at Full Sail?
I did. I also know 3D animation too. So still going through it though. I'm at least 2 more years.
I see.
So, but I was, yeah.
How did you hear about Samurais of Sound?
Pretty much through, mostly there was the Facebook one mostly, and then I also just was looking through networking for LinkedIn for like voice acting and stuff like that, and I saw your guys' ad and stuff like that, classes and stuff, so piqued my interest, especially the name Samurai Chaba. So had a very sweet yet slashing name.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us.
Sorry about my if I don't sound great. It's the car.
No, I'm just happy you joined us, even if you're on the go. That's great. Raven, welcome.
Hi. Yeah, sorry about my voice too. I'm just getting over being sick. But yeah. So I'm very new to Samurais on Sound. And I've wanted to get into I'd say I want to get into voice acting for a while because I'm a big gamer myself, and I love animation, and I'd love to do commercials too. I've had a little bit of training with voiceover work before from an acting school class, an acting school program that I was just in, that I just graduated from. And I'm looking to continue my studies in that area. So
very nice. You mentioned commercial voiceover. When you're ready to produce your commercial reel, we can provide that for you as well. In addition to, normally we do character reels, but we do commercial reels as well, and narration.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Thanks for joining. Monkey Tez. Love that name. Welcome, Monkey.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm freshly new, first time ever being here, and kind of excited to hear all the information I can consume all at once. I think I'm just really glad to be here. I've been really wanting to be a voice actor since ever since I watched, I would say, Yu-Gi-Oh. That was where it really all started. The song is what really made it for me. The song was really catchy, and I was like, man, I wish I could do that. And listen to Yu-Gi-Oh scream, man, I could scream like that. I can do that. Probably even a little better.
Who was your favorite character?
Favorite character, I would say I want to say Adult Yugi. I feel like Adult Yugi. He was always standing on business. He was always about that timing. As soon as he came out, he pulled out a deck of cards. In my personal opinion. But yeah, I do want to know some things though about how would one go about starting their voice acting career?
Well, that is a great question. So, and that's really what we're all about. So first, you will need to get to a place in your training where you feel comfortable enough to produce your demo reel. And then once you have your demo reel, you can really hit the ground running on online auditioning platforms. And from there, you'll need to figure out, okay, how much time per week am I going to set aside to, this is something that you should really decide early on. Is it going to be 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week to sit down and train and audition and really just give your all into the outreach, the networking, the auditioning, because it's a numbers game. You got to do a lot of auditioning. You got to decide if getting a voiceover agent is the right move for you, because they're going to take care they'll hear your demo reel and hear what you're good at, and then they're going to take care of a lot of that outreach for you and getting you those auditions. So it starts with training, of course, and we can provide plenty of that, and then your demo reel, which we can also do for you. So that would be my short and sweet answer. Yeah, let me know if you have any further questions.
Yeah, like when you say audition,
Mhm.
like what would your like beginning source or place to audition? Like where would I
Oh,
like go to have an audition?
yeah, like Casting Call Club. And like there are these like Backstage, and there's a list of all the different platforms in your member library as well if you become a member. Um, these are the kinds of places where lots of jobs are posted, and there's lots of auditions that are submitted for each of the jobs. So knowing how to stand out and really leave your impression in a short amount of time is something that you'll learn um, through your training, right? So um, hopefully that answers your question.
That really does. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Welcome, Marlon.
Hi. I'm not really a member per se, but I have been getting in some voice acting training for about maybe 2, 3 years.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What kind of trainings have you done?
Well, I've worked with all sorts of different voice acting coaches. I've worked with people like Tanya Guinata. I've worked with Rose Kefferman and Jennifer Wilcove more recently, and Morgan Berry. I don't believe you know her. Do you?
Oh, Morgan Berry is one of the cornerstones of the Samurai as a Sound program. She hosts one of the courses that's available in the membership, and she does voice acting workshops with us quite often.
I've worked with her before, and with her, I'm really starting to. I feel like I'm really starting to build up. Like I'm like in the process of constructing like a mini studio right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. So, what can you tell us a little bit about your setup?
Well, it's small based on what I could afford at the moment. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I guess from her, I guess dossier, her instruction set, I'm like supposed to get like real expensive equipment, like stuff like ranging from $200 to $300, but I can only afford what I can afford. I work part-time as a retailer, as a retail receiver. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a partnership with Samurai Sound, with Sweetwater Sound, um, and there's a bundle that's like 400. I think it's $450 to $500. That kind of gets you everything you need. So that's kind of the price point that you should have in your head if you're willing. If you're like, okay, in the long run, what am I going to need to get started as a voice actor? That's like kind of the initial investment. And after that, it's a lot of your time, right? It's committing your time to training and auditioning, right? So, okay, cool. Well, welcome. And David, welcome back.
What's up, Austin? Been a while. Well, actually, since we talked, but I saw you last week, but didn't get to communicate with you that much. So, but yeah, good to be back. And I'm also trying out the new Chaotica eyeball that I got now. So I want to ask, how do I sound?
You sound great. It's always tricky to tell over Zoom. Of course, the audio gets a little bit messed up over the internet. But you can always send us an MP3 file to our email address, and then and we can kind of do a more thorough assessment, right?
Yeah, but other than that, it's going good, and I'm still again building up my studio, but I'll be adding a few new things here pretty quickly to kind of build up the studio and make it more pro. So one of the things on my wish list to add is an Aston Halo. That's like the best reflection filter on the market, so that's going to be something I'm going to invest into pretty quick here. So
wow.
Yeah, and plus I'll be getting a new webcam here too, because looking good on camera is always important to me, because especially lighting too.
Can you tell us about the Halo?
Oh, the Aston Halo? Well, I could send you a link to it in the chat if you want to. It's kind of like, for say the Chaotica eyeball, but it's a reflection filter, so to say. So, yeah, kind of like an isolation shield. So, but I'll send you the link to it so you can learn more about it. But it definitely does some of the jobs that, any other isolation shield would do, and kind of what the Chaotica eyeball would do. But it really reflects the sound and all that. But I'll send you a link to it. That way you can learn more. But cool. Yeah, I do plan to get an Aston Halo here pretty quickly and have the whole Chaotica Eyeball Aston Halo combo to really, sound as pro as I possibly can. But yeah, I'll send you the link in the chat here. Here it comes. And there it is. So feel free to look it up and learn more.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen this product before, so I was just interested. Yeah. I mean, it's like a little shield that kind of goes around your mic. That and in conjunction with the Chaotic Eyeball is going to be a really good combo. I think the Chaotic Eyeball is also it's a pretty good tool in and of itself if you have it installed correctly. So
yeah,
definitely
exactly. Because
send us a sample of your voiceover so we can kind of hear the audio quality.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Sometime I will. But yeah, the Aston Halo is a really heavy built, reflection filter, kind of like that Chaotic Eyeball is a very heavy built isolation ball. So it's essentially like that.
Cool.
So it's pricey, but I can tell it'll be worth it.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing, and welcome, LJ. Nice to meet you.
Hello, it's nice to meet you as well. Sorry, I don't know. I'm like, hello? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, and where you are in your voice acting journey, your journey as a creative, and we can start from there. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Yes. So I'm LJ. It's short for Leo Jan. So call me Leo or LJ, whichever you prefer. Right now in my voiceover journey, I think I want to say I'm at an intermediate level. I personally haven't taken any paid jobs, but I do have roughly 5 years of experience. A few acting classes I have taken over the years, some free, some through my university. I have been on a couple more notable projects, but they're all pretty much indie. Yeah, it's pretty much all I have to say right now. I've been able to create a website for myself, some samples, a visual reel based on some of the projects I've been on. And I have a studio. You're not gonna see it, but it's in that corner of the room. And yeah.
Very nice. Sounds like you've got quite a bit of work if you can put together a visual reel. That's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you're looking to get more credits under your belt very quickly, you can always join the membership and start voicing in our original productions like Echoes of Eternity, featuring Karen Strassman. All members have the opportunity to voice in one of the editions of the show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, and welcome back, Jaquez. Jaquez is one of our Red Belt members.
Hey, Austin, how's it going?
Good to see you. Are you in a good place to share? It's okay if you're not.
Oh yeah, right now I'm a good place to stare. I can talk and multitask at the same time. Well, I'm doing good for the most part. Right now I'm doing an intermediate fast where right now I'm fasting and now I'm trying to do my best not to eat something outside of that window.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. It's good to see you again.
No problem. And also, I mean to ask you, have we got like any updates for the casting call for Echoes of Eternity?
Sure, yeah. So we've announced the first edition cast for the first episode. So that means you're welcome to go ahead and submit the production audio for the character that you wanted to voice as. You'll just be featured in an alternate edition of the episode once we publish the first one, and they'll be in the same library, so people can view them just as easily. Now, if you want to audition for a character in the second episode, that audition is open for a few more weeks, so you can go ahead and get started preparing your audition for that if you would like.
Okay, so you already got the people for the first episode.
Yeah, for the first edition. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I can still I already submit my voice for the first one, so I have to submit my voice for the Killer Power 1 for the first one again?
If you want to voice in the full episode, you'll need to record all the lines from the script. And then we can feature you in an alternate edition. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. So that means I have to read the whole script. Okay.
Yeah, and just follow the instructions in the audition portal.
All right then.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for sharing, Jaquez. Welcome, Kay. Kay, are you
There we
there?
go.
There you are.
Yep, it just wasn't going on. I was like, oh, well, maybe not. I was also writing down stuff to introduce myself with because I feel like such a baby. So, well, you guys can call me Kels or Kelly. That's my name. I just quickly put in something for the user. And okay, so let's start with, I guess, experience. In terms of actual voice acting, I have none, but I've done acting classes in my college career, and I've done some stuff with internships for radio for my voice. And then I actually have a degree in digital media, but that basically means I know a little about a lot of things. So it's kind of the time that you want to invest into it. I've done some stuff with audio, I've done some stuff with film and photography, and some vectoring when it comes to like the beginning stages of animation. Let's see. In terms of a setup, it's one of those things where I just haven't gotten started yet, or I've had one excuse after the other. I'm a single parent, so, money for one thing. But you mentioned Sweetwater Sound, and I actually have friends and relatives that work there, and they're like, well, you could rent the booze there and just kind of start there, get to know the editing equipment and programs better. I did have a question. So for, those that are either members or just looking to be members, are there apps for us to connect with each other on? I heard you mention Discord at the very beginning, or like other ways we can get connected with each other.
Absolutely, and that's a big piece of the membership. You'll have access to our members-only server, which is available as an app that you can go on to participate in the forum, chat with members, and also participate in the ongoing weekly and monthly voiceover challenges that we have, where you can submit the same scripts and compare notes with other members. So that's a big piece of what we do. Absolutely, it's on our own proprietary app.
And is that for all of the tiers?
Yes.
Okay. And I briefly glanced at it. I've been seeing Samurais of Sound, but I haven't dived deeper. But I think it said something about like there's payment plans depending on whichever tier you choose to help you get into it so you don't have to break your bank.
Yeah.
And then I had, I guess, just one other question. So because I have a 7-year-old who is more like a banshee than an actual child, is there a portable sound booth or like head mount that you stick your head in to get better sound quality that you would recommend? I've been seeing a few different things. I don't have a closet as an option to turn into a sound booth. Would you have any recommendations off the top of your head, or like a gear site that you could point me towards?
Yeah.
Or maybe someone at Sweetwater might have an idea.
I'm going to share my screen real quick to answer some of those questions, because those are good questions. No.
Rapid fire.
This is great. And let's all look at my Google landing page here. Okay, so a question about the membership payment plans. Click on our button here. Yeah, we have Afterpay and Klarna, which a lot of people will use. One of them divides it up into 4, and then the other, I think there's different options. Like you can divide it, I think, up to 12 different payments. I think it varies depending on, I guess, your credit or something. But yeah, you can have access to those no matter what tier you choose, right? So if you click on any of them, you'll see those options here.
Okay. That sounds, I use Klarna all the time, probably more than I should for tickets and box lunch, Hot Topic.
Yeah. So you already
my
know.
big nerd zone. Yes.
Okay. And then as far, do you have any other questions about that?
Nope. Go ahead.
So
good.
as far as sound isolation, if you want something in addition to, you know, your closet space and whatnot, we often recommend the Chaotica Eyeball. It fits over most microphones. You should double check just in case with your specific eyeball, with your specific microphone, but the eyeball fits most of them. And it's not too expensive. It's like, yeah, like $165, and it'll just fit right over your mic, and it'll go a long way towards isolating your sound. I would still recommend, obviously, a carpeted space with, you know, as much linen-y material around you as possible, as enclosed as possible. But this will do a lot of the legwork for you. Okay.
Yeah, and in terms of, I guess, so to clarify, I do not have like a closet, but do you think it would be more budget friendly to create a fabric enclosure or to buy one of the fancy ones that have the proper mounts and poles and things like that?
So your question is, should I try to rig my own with the thickest fabrics I have, or invest in the Chaotica Eyeball?
Well, the eyeball plus kind of to make a makeshift more isolated, even if it's like 3/4 of a space and then the back is open, just to have like
my
enclosure.
What I would say is try doing your best first in your space with the thickest linens you have, and then record some audio, and then send it over to us, and we'll kind of give you some more guidance, because I think the temptation is to feel like you have to always invest in the next piece of equipment, when that might not be what you necessarily need, at least for the next step that you need to take, if that makes sense. So I would say just try to do your best with some thick blankets, some coats in a corner of your space, and then just send it over to us. We'll as an MP3 file, just email it to us.
I'm definitely all for jerry rigging something if it means saving some money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, let me switch back here. Yeah, Justin says use what you already have on hand, then see after recording some samples if you need more equipment. Yeah, I would say the same thing. I apologize, I didn't show that to people on the stream. Okay, let's see. Where were we here? We have 15 minutes. All right. I think I just scrambled the order a little bit, but I believe we were on, I'll just go left to right again. So Justin, welcome back. Justin is one of our Red Belt members. Justin, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I had like two different mute buttons on at the same time.
All right, welcome. So what's been going on with you? I know you've been busy with auditions and some other things, so I'm eager to hear some updates.
Well, as far as updates go, right now I have two new projects that I've been assigned to do for some smaller audio drama work. And I've done some more narration work up to now, and I'm currently in the middle of recording for a new audio drama series. And I'm also doing character work for a separate series for another client right now. And as far as like published work goes, I've had one fan dub come out for Library of Ruina that I'm part of the English dub cast for that. And that was a really fun experience. So,
can you share some links with us?
Yes, definitely. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Sorry, I have like other stuff on my screen. Thank goodness my computer is fast. There it is. So this link I'm about to share here is the newest release that came out about 2 weeks ago. And my character is a minor character that you'll see like towards the end of the video. And I like characters like the one that I was able to portray because he's kind of like a wild card type character and more of on the villainous side, kind of like a chaotic evil type of personality if you play D&D. But that one's been in the works for several months now. I mean, these guys do really good work. The whole production team really put above and beyond, and not just dubbing over the cutscenes that you usually see through the visual novel and usually just click through dialogue. And not only do they do that, they also do the combat scenarios where it's be like a turn-based combat system in the game too. So they actually do voiceover for that as well, which isn't something I typically see a lot when it comes to fan dubs for visual novel-esque type games, even if they have combat systems ingrained in them. So I thought that was a very, very interesting, different take on fan dubs that I haven't really seen too often before. And wow, we're actually at 1,100 views now. So that's pretty huge. It's been less than 2 weeks since it came out. That's pretty huge.
Wow. Well, congratulations, Justin. I mean, that's really great news. What advice would you have for people who are thinking about they might be at the point in their training where they're ready to start putting out those auditions?
You do have to distinguish yourself from others. And when it comes down to who's going to get picked at the end of the day, a lot of times it's going to be the one that stands out. It has like a very distinct type of delivery for a type of project. But you do need to pay attention to what the client is looking for. If they have specific notes on how they want a line delivered, for example, and sometimes they'll give you prompts and like, this is the kind of emotion we're trying to portray. This is the kind of tone we want to go for. And here's a character description. You do need to follow those, but also add in your own flavor into it. You are your own individual in a crowd of other people that are going to try to want to get the same thing that you do. So if you can find a way to differentiate yourself from the crowd and just add a little more oomph to a performance than what you would typically normally expect to come from it, go above and beyond rather than just making it average and safe. I'd say go above and beyond and be just ridiculous and cringe, as I say, versus playing it safe and being boring and uninteresting and not really memorable. Because I played it safe before and I probably could have nailed other roles if I didn't play it safe and try to go for a little bit more and just give it more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing, Justin. Justin has also been cast as Zuthaw in the first edition of the first episode of Echoes of Eternity, so congrats. And let's see. Next we have iPhone. I don't think you put your name in. Welcome, iPhone. iPhone, are you there? We'll give you another few seconds. You can always ping us later. Michelle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
I didn't realize I didn't put in my name. I literally just saw an email and just clicked it. And I was like, oh, why not? That sounds really fun. My actual name is Ashlyn, but I go by Ash.
Welcome, Ash. Is this your first time joining a community hub?
Yes, it is indeed. So I got really excited and I've just been absorbing all the information and all the questions asked. And I was like, ooh, yeah.
Well, cool. Can you tell us about yourself, where you are in your voice acting journey?
Currently for that, nowhere. I always thought it was fun and interesting, and my coworkers always thought that it would be cool if I did because they're like, your laughs are a little bit too much, but they'd be good in something probably. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool to know.
Your laughs are too much?
Yeah, I have a variety of laughs, and yeah.
I mean, I think as Justin was saying, differentiating yourself in those auditions, if you want to work in some of that pre-life with your laughs, is probably going to be a good thing, not a bad thing. So I'm sure that's an asset. Yeah, well, thank you for joining us, and let me know if you have any questions at all. And with that said, Michelle, welcome, Michelle.
Hi. So as far as my voice acting journey, I'm probably maybe just over a year into it. Like I got into it, started it last year. I've taken like one class and I've been auditioning here and there for unpaid roles. I may sometimes like try my hand at some paid roles, and I have gotten casted for one unpaid role. So yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's really good news.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and let me know if you have any questions. Moving right down the line to Mason. Welcome, Mason.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you. Tell us about yourself.
Good. Yeah, this is my first time joining one of these. I'm excited. I saw the ad for this on Instagram, and I thought it'd be really fun to, try it out, see what it was like. I've recently gotten into anime, and I feel like, same thing. Like, I feel like I could do something like that. Like, I feel like I could scream like that or something like that. And so, I don't know. I saw the email, so I thought I'd just pop in here and see what I can learn. Maybe pick up a few tips here and there. But other than that, yeah.
Speaking of good tips, Justin just put a really good one in the chat. As a side note, please make sure you're practicing good proximity to your mic. Being too close or too far away is a huge turnoff for potential clients. Make a call me gesture with your hand and use that to measure how close you should be. I think that's really solid advice. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, Mason. Let me know if you have any questions about who we are, what we do, etc. And with that said, welcome, Simon.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Well, my voice has been told. I've been told that I should definitely get into using my voice. Because I can do all kinds of stuff, Actually, I just seen that thing. I'm sorry, I just picked on the little notes that you got there. Is that all right? I didn't mean to fight.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. If you were interested in,
sorry, I ADHD.
No, that was perfect. That was really cool. That was like a little medley, best of medley. And I've been meaning to share this with the chat. If you guys are interested in getting into some of the other resources we offer to develop, your career and stuff, you can use this link to book a private consultation with us, where we kind of go more in depth as to like tailored towards your career trajectory. So you can use that link there to book a consultation. I want to just keep moving because we only have like 5 minutes. We've been chatting away, and I'm just going to keep it moving. So JC, welcome, JC.
Oh, hi, welcome. Thank you for inviting me out. So what did we discuss? What did I miss so far?
We've been chatting a lot. We don't have too much time left, so I figured if you just want to share a quick update, then we can move along.
Well, hey KJ. I was saying right now, like, if anyone has Instagram, like I invited people from Strawberry Hill into the GC right there, and obviously, to help boost each other, to give us heads up on what's going on or what deals are going on. For example, I contacted Karen's agent again, and I'll probably tell her about that when I attend her Real Voice LA class on a Thursday. And Karen Schwartzman available for voice training classes. Yeah, Andrew, you have to basically sign. Yeah, like how she is in June, she's gonna have one. And
yeah, and I know JC, you were also interested in private training with Karen through Samurais of Sound.
Yeah, and is it possible like the discounts add up to that?
Yeah, they do. They do. And I was actually just in the middle of emailing you. I ran out of time and hopped on this meeting. But you can use this link to get started, and then the discount code is in your members area under member discounts, in your library under member discounts.
And yeah, and then a quote for that.
So it's 300 per hour for the general public, and then since you're a member, you'll use your member discount. So it's 20% off. So quick math here, 240 an hour with Karen.
That's not bad. So yeah, so definitely that's more.
What if you're completely broke and like working on a shoestring budget?
There's always Afterpay.
Yeah, you can use Klarna and Afterpay to divvy up the payments on the white belt membership would be my recommendation if you want to get started.
Yeah.
You know, and you can always just
not there.
That's okay. We're happy to have you anyway. I'm glad you joined. You're always welcome on our weekly community hubs.
Oh, thank you.
Who invited anyone ever told you to look a little bit like Jason Momoa?
Momoa.
I want to make sure we get to Ijeoma because I'm sure she's got a lot to say. So I'll come back to you, Cody. But welcome, Ijeoma.
Hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll make this really quick. Update. I made a pretty big purchase recently. Yeah. I got an actual mic so I can stop using my phone. But I'm using my phone right now. But the mic is here. It's just a simple USB. So thank you again, Austin, because you're the one that recommended it to me. But yeah, I got the AT 2020 USB mic, and then I also got some headphones, a little desk fan, and a pop filter. And I've just been like recording in my closet, so the sound is way better than my phone, obviously. But yeah, it's been really great. I've just been like kind of like playing around with it recently, working on I've been doing working on dubbing by like taking like little scenes from anime and like using my voice and dubbing over the characters. So just kind of getting comfortable with the setup and with the mic. And I'm really satisfied and like happy with it so far. So I'm excited to do more work with it.
It's great to hear that that you got your mic set up and that you've transformed your recording space so that you're actually getting really good results, and that you've come up with your own system for training for dubbing. That's really impressive, and I admire your dedication. If you want to get some more practice with that skill, with some feedback from Karen in real time, there is a link to the anime dubbing workshop she has coming up next month in the chat there. And thanks for that update. Next, we have, last but not least, Cody. Welcome, Cody.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, hi. It's nice to officially join you guys for the first time. I've been wanting to get into voice acting for a while. I've taken a few classes with some different voice actors. Chuck Huber, I took one of his classes for a little bit, and then I took another one from Jameson Price, I believe his name is, the guy who voiced Ryder in Fate Zero, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I also took another class. I forget who it was with, but I've been taking a few classes. I've also been getting some practice in on my YouTube channel where I'll do recordings of different chants and speeches from different anime and sometimes movies and stuff. I also did a short dub over of a scene from Solo Leveling just to try and voice one of the bad guys, take my own shot at it. But I've been able to voice act in a few minor things. Most recently, I voiced Nemesis and the zombies in a Resident Evil parody cartoon, which was pretty cool. And I've stayed in contact with the guy who made it. He promised he'd consider me for voicing more voicing Nemesis again and the zombies, as well as hopefully some other villains and other Resident Evil parody videos, which would be fun. But most of all, I really want to just work in anime dubbing if I can. Though video games would also be pretty cool too.
Fun fact, I actually met Greg Berger, who was the original voice of Nemesis, and he was also the voice of Grimlock from Transformers.
Huh. I thought the guy who voiced the original Nemesis, I thought he died.
In the PS1 version, I think.
Oh. but hey, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I thought it was actually pretty neat since I'd been getting into Resident Evil more and getting a chance to voice like the most iconic bad guy, even if it is in a goofy parody cartoon. What animation was pretty cool. Even if my voice, I only give the one line, it's stars.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time with meme slideshows. It's like on my Instagram page, I will basically mimic the voice of certain characters. Like Bane, for example. Do you feel you're in charge?
The
Are
the founder of the studio and Samurai Sound, Roger Maya, voiced the character Bruce McGivern in Resident Evil Dead Aim.
Dead Aim.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a PS2 one.
if
Oh,
you want to cut that price down, we'll talk.
yeah. But yeah, I've been slowly trying to work my whole voice acting out. I've got a Blue Yeti microphone with a pop filter and a microphone cover, and also like a foam padding around it. I haven't really had a chance to update my my recording system or equipment because I've been in and out of jobs for a while now. I'm hoping I'll get a decent job soon to help with that, so I can focus on auditioning for more real stuff, because I want to, obviously, but I've also been having confidence issues with it. Though I mainly use like a GarageBand on a MacBook since I tried using Audacity. Every time I recorded something, the sound just came out really bad. So
Yeah, either GarageBand or Audacity will work fine. I
Yeah.
do want to reel it in here. We're gonna go ahead and close up. So last chance to open up any links from the chat that were of interest to you. Justin shared a casting call for the Casting Call Club on the Casting Call Club platform for one of the projects that he's involved in. So do check out that. I also want to provide you with a link to book a one-on-one consultation with our team if you're interested in booking an upcoming workshop or joining the Samurai of Sound membership, or any other questions that you have about getting started with your career. So you can use that link to book with us. And then, like I said, do scroll up and make sure that you don't want to open up anything else, because there's some cool stuff going on in here. Ben Chewy, I was just wondering, is there a way to look at the video of the class we had? Just wanted to look back at my class of Wendy Lee to see how it looked. Yes, we will be uploading the recording to our members' library, and it will go out to everyone who attended the event, regardless of whether or not they're members. That will be within the next probably 7 days. So you'll be getting an email about that as well. So just keep an eye on your emails. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you.
We are coming in for a close here. So I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to meet with our community and share your updates. And we will see you back here next week.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Love. Thanks, Austin.
looking forward to it.
Take care.
And when's the next RP shop?
See you around, man.
Next RP,
Should be next month.
yeah, definitely next month. Let's see, role play. That's gonna be June 10th.
All right, and can you email me the quote as well?
For Karen, yeah. I'll email you the quote for private training with Karen through your member discount, as well as your. I know you're interested in the demo reel maybe too, with directed by Karen. So I'll send you a link to that. You can kind of peruse.
And also, does it count if me and Raj recorded a video of me doing for auditions? Does that count as well?
For what?
Auditioning for Echo of Eternity.
Oh yeah, you'll want to upload your MP3s to the audition portal. That's how I'll see them.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. You have a good night.
All right.